Gavin Green now. As Dom mentioned, he needs something to start going his way. This for birdie. Yeah, it just looks like the wind's gone out of his sails. Gavin Green wasn't a positive stroke, so only a par for Gavin. Now Danny Mazerin cleared the penalty area. And there's this big tree to deal with for his third shot. Up and over goes Mazerin. All right, on the putting surface. So the wind has really challenged the afternoon starters. P.O. Kim, Travis Smythe and company up with their feet up in the clubhouse, enjoying the view from the top. It's Kim who leads at 8 under par. Steve Luton off to a good start today. 4 under par through his first couple of holes. Rashid Khan going out in 3 under par. Colin Joshi, his countryman, also on that mark through his first half dozen holes. Siddiqur Rahman, tidy round of 68 this morning from the Bangladeshi. 68 for Tirawat Kausari Bandit, and last week's runner-up, Sadom Kaukinjana as well. Little brother Gavin Green at 2 under par. Playing nicely today is the younger Green, Justin Kiban, signing for a 1 under par 69. Same case for Pavit Tankamol, Prasit Ikunchang, and Donat Fanchai Neomchon. So Mazerin first to putt on the night. This for birdie.
A good look at the greens there. Really an impeccable putting surface. You can see that ball just hugging the ground. So these players are greeted with a favorable putting surface to hold birdie putts once they do get themselves closer on those opportunities. And TK Rachanon to make the turn at 1 under after starting out bogey to start his first round.
Oh, that is a confident walk and roll. 2 over through his first 2. TK Rachanon goes out in 1 under par. Very nice stuff indeed from the 14-year-old.
Miguel Tabuena as well. He came to prominence when he was a teenager. Won the Asian Games silver medal in 2010 as a 16-year-old. Really hasn't racked up the victories like many have predicted when he first turned professional, but has a potent game though.
Well, he certainly does have a potent game, and well, Anthony, he does have one Asian Tour victory. That was the Philippine Open some years ago. Victory meant a lot to him. This for Eagle. And the ninth big swinger from right to left. And we saw the putt that TK Rachanon had really whip at the hole. Tabuena with a 3 at 9. Super stuff from Miguel. Goes out in 3 under par 31. Well, it's been a solid career for Miguel Tabuena so far. Solid young career, we should say. 12 professional victories, 2 of them coming on the Asian Tour, one of them being the Philippine Open. Does have a win early this season at the Idaho Open. Spent some time in America working on his game. Danny Mazerin, this for a par. Okay, it's a solid 2 putt, but Mazerin goes out 3 over. Nazrin, Chantananuat and Tabuena will make their way over to the drivable 10th. We'll go back down the 9th fairway. And Shiv Kapoor coming out of the left rough. Looks like he might have some tree trouble and a lot of ground to cover.
Looking out well to the left. Up ahead, you have that penalty area that sort of hugs the curvature of the fairway. I'm getting the thumbs up from Mark Sang, so should be in good position for his third.
And it just illustrates this golf course. You know, you drive it like Miguel Tabuena did down the middle. Hit a good shot, give yourself an opportunity for an eagle. You miss the fairway like Shiv Kapoor. You're forced to sort of play a bit defensively on a hole where, you know, standing on the tee, you're looking to score on.
Yeah, but all depends on that tee shot, doesn't it? You do have to get yourself in position to be able to have that second shot.
Back on the tee, bit of a wait. Not for the first time today for this featured group. Wade Ormsby, Gavin Green and Suradit Yongcharonchai. It's an important hole for someone like a Gavin Green who's struggled along today. Find the fairway, have an opportunity to maybe putt for an eagle, but it's going to be the Australian with the honour and, for once again, with driver.
That's the right club for Wade Ormsby. 585 yards. It's a big par 5, but it is playing downwind and off the right. Still probably just out of reach for Wade with this helping wind. Not so for Gavin and perhaps for Suradit, but you have to hit the fairway. Otherwise, it's a layup, and it's a tough layup because the water really does encroach in from the right side on the second shot. Trying to neutralize his swing path his way. His whole career has been slightly right to left, but doesn't mind hitting a straight ball now.
Oh, that looks to be well off the mark for Ormsby.
Yeah, well to the right went Wade on the 9th. Now, Gavin needs to get a good one away here, give himself an opportunity.
It's a wide hole, but the fairway's not that wide. There's a lot of rough on the left side. It's a terraced fairway. The rough on the left side is a good 10 feet below the level of the fairway. Oh, I see the left arm is up. He's got the pulls right now, Gavin.
Well, and Suradit with the driver as well.
Hits a high ball, so he can ride the wind here. Perfect for him. Wind down and off the right. He could send this.
And send it does Suradit, the only player in this group to hit the fairway here at the par 5 9th. Veer Alawat on the 10th is for a birdie. Good finish last week at the Blue Canyon Phuket Championship. But can't find a birdie there at the short 10th. Now Kapoor after that layup, this is third shot. We expect to see this one dancing around the pin. Yeah, that's okay for Shiv. He'll be the young man in this group, Shiv Kapoor. 55-year-old Prayad Mark Singh and 48-year-old Scott Henn with him. Not often you say that about Shiv. Now, Mark Singh. It's a swing that has held up well through the years. Yeah, that's a good shot for Mark Singh. 15 wins on the Japan Senior Tour since turning 50. Now, Mazarin just playing for position on the 10th.
It will be just a short wedge into this green, this 310-yard par 4. Many players will have a go at the green on this par 4.
Al Mansour. Third shot to the par 5 11th, just off the left edge. All right. We'll have about a 10-12 foot putt from the fringe for his birdie. All these players on the first page of the leaderboard, well, thanking their lucky stars. Out of these tricky afternoon conditions, solid opening rounds for all of them, but they're all chasing B.O. Kim. Chai opening with a 67 today. Miguel Tivoina after that eagle at 9, moving up to that 3 under par mark as well. Two under par effort for Panapol Pitayara and American Jaron Todd. And the winner of the ADT event here some years ago, Chanachok Tench Piratana Mongkol, going out in 2 under par. And there you see the 14-year-old amateur Ratchanon Chantananuat going out in 1 under par. Siwon Kim also very close last week at Blue Canyon. The American off to a steady start, 1 under par through his first couple of holes this week. Good going form, another Malaysian, Amir Nazrin, 1 under par through his first 3. All these players treading water at level par. Number 1 of the order of merit, Wade Ormsby, hasn't been his sharp self so far today. He's on that mark. 1 over par rounds for Tansai Bunma, and last week's first reserve, Jesse Yap, went out the first group this morning. Malaysian Open champion Trevor Simsby missed the cut last week, as did Prom Misawat. The pair of them are at 1 over par through their first couple of holes today. 2 over par opening rounds for Poon Patarapong and SSB Chorazia. The struggles for Michael Orenshin continue. 2 over par 72 for the American as well. There you see Gavin Green struggling along at 3 over par as he plays the par 5 ninth. A birdie putt for Scott Henn at the 9th. Needs to get something going. We won't find it here. Now making the turn and looking to be going for the green here on 10 is Ratchanon Chantananuat.
Yeah, it's slightly longer than you think. Last week at Blue Canyon averaged just over 280 yards per drive.
Oh, but that's heading out to the right. Okay, that line looks to be okay for Chantananuat. Now Kapoor for a birdie at the 9th. Oh, got a piece of it, but doesn't drop for Kapoor. You see Wade Ormsby waiting back in the 9th fairway. Well, the right-hand rough on 9, we should say.
Right.
So there could be some issues for Ormsby back there. Quickly up ahead for Mark Singh to go out in level par. Ormsby, it almost looks like he's hit that in the penalty area and could be taking a drop. Dom Boulet's down there. Dom, what's happening with Wade?
Well, I mean, very uncharacteristic. Apparently, as he was about to start his downswing, a big fly landed on his ball, and it obviously, got his attention, and he flinched. And because he is, he's miles right in the penalty area, and thick grass, he's going to take a penalty drop. And I think his second shot, or his third shot after his penalty drop, it's just going to be really to punch it out kind of to where Suradit's ball is, maybe a 50 to 100 yards past that, but he's in an awful spot. There's no way he can carry the penalty area towards the green there. That's got to be about a 220 yard carry, and it's going to be in thick rough. But so tough times right now. Bit unlucky, obviously, for a fly to land on the ball and right at the moment of impact. I mean, he hardly missed the fairway yesterday.
Desperately unfortunate for Wade Ormsby, who will be dropping and playing 3 on the par 5 9th. So while Wade figures that one out on the par 5. We'll head over to Danny Mazrin. As Anthony mentioned, just a little flick of a wedge left.
Yeah, but this is a play you won't see too much from the players this week.
It's a pretty rotten feeling. Lay up on a drivable par 4 and don't hit a very good wedge. So Wade's already taken his drop, and Dom, it's a scary looking layup that Wade faces.
What? Has he got a hybrid in his hands?
It's a 3-wood, it appears.
Well, he's got a 3 or a 5. I can't believe this shot. I mean, the lie obviously is quite good. I can't stand too close to him, so I can't see the lie, but he is taking this on. Oh, brilliant shot. Brilliant. He's giving himself a chance to make par.
It wouldn't be the first or last great escape we see from Wade Ormsby. So the Australian back in position on the par 5 9th, and it looks like it could be Suradit Yongcharanchai next to play from a good position in the middle of the fairway.
Yeah, but still a long way. 272 yards to the front and 295 to the pin, so probably out of reach, I would say. It's a big hole, this first of the par 5s here. It's on a good line.
Clattered into some trees, but he's got the green flag. So that should be all right for Yongcharanchai. Gavin Green in the rough on the left-hand side of the fairway. It looks like there might be a tree just to his left. Is that going to impede his ball flight at all, Dom?
Well, that tree's 25 yards ahead of him. He has got a gap up to the right, but if he pops it up a little bit, he might clatter into the branches. Oh, that's way right. Well, you got the green flag also. She was considering the yellow flag.
So struggles for Yongcharanchai and Green on 9, up to 10. And good look at what faces Taboina here. Coming off a downhill slope in the rough. Lots of green to play with.
Yeah, and sometimes it's a good thing to coming out of the rough. You can bank on the release of the ball, but a bit too much there. But overall, not that bad of a shot. Only about 15 feet away from the hole.
Yeah, not the worst place to be with the back hole location. Just off the edge of the green on 11 is Al Mansour for a birdie. Ooh, Tell you what, he hits his putts with some pace, and he's got an 8-footer coming back for par.
Yeah, just begging for the ball to stay on the putting surface. It's a very slender green, this 10th, so the angle that TK was coming in from, not much depth there.
It almost reminds you of the 10th at Riviera. Short drivable par 4. It's a tiny little target. So off the green are Ratchanon and Tabuena. Bio Kim this morning did make birdie at the 10th en route to that 62. Smythe birdied it as well en route to his 63. They separated themselves just a touch from the chasing pack, courtesy of those fine rounds of golf. Tabuena off the edge of the 10th green still has a decent look at birdie to try to move up into that share of third at 4 under par with a bunch of other players. Now Mazrin, long putt for birdie up over this little rise. Asking for that to hurry. No, hurry it will not for Danny Mazrin. Waiting back on the tee is Shiv Kapoor.
Yeah, Shiv, not the longest of hitters, about average length, but you know, Tim, now with analytics available, they say that getting as close as you can to the green is more advantageous than having to lay up to 80, 90 yards in the fairway.
So Kapoor is going to hang out back on that 10th tee alongside Scott Hand and Prayat Mark Singh. But still, the afternoon session has been tricky here at Laguna Phuket. The breeze causing all sorts of problems, and again, some of it's the conditions, Anthony. It's a pristine golf course, but they have seen a lot of rain, soft conditions underfoot, heavy rough, and it's very tiny fairways, as Dom was talking about earlier. They've grown the rough in quite a bit. Some of these fairways are 10, 16, 20 yards wide.
Yeah, so you look at this golf course, not very long. It's only 6,700 yards, but unable to come out of the fairway for their second shot, so losing a bit of control into this green that has a lot of undulation and having to contend with that wind. That's why we see the score not as low as we had anticipated. And TK Ratchanon is coming back onto the green. We'll have a reasonable par attempt left at the 10th.
It's one of those days that really going to try and test your patience. Well, Gavin Green sprayed it well right with his second shot. Lucky to get the green flag, but it's not a spot you drop balls in the practice round, Dom.
No, because he's right beside the first tee. Lucky he went through some trees to get there. Has to play above that tree ahead of him. Oh, unlucky. That was 3 yards from being unbelievable. Not a nice lie for Surit. A little unlucky. He was on a good line, but just the overhanging branches of that tree just beside the fairway. Now he's playing downwind over a ridge, and then it runs away from him. Got to be delicate. Oh, he's done. That's brilliant. That is brilliant.
Oh, delicate touch required. Brilliant shot from Surit Yangcharanchai. Now, green is clear. Shiv Kapoor looking to slide one in on the 10th. Looks like that's come up just short right for Kapoor. That's in a reasonable spot.
And the 55-year-old Prayat Mark Singh also attempting to get the ball on the green at this par 4 10th.
Looks to be a gnarly lie right at the 10th green for Mark Singh. Gnarly lie for green here on 9.
He's had a few of these, hasn't he?
So Green struggling for his part at the 9th. Scott Hend out with driver on 10.
Yeah, just 277 yards to the front edge.
Walk. Okay.
This unbelievable drive by Scott Hend. Wow, eagle chance.
That is just what Scott Hend needs. Made the turn at 2 over par. Well, Wade Ormsby fanned it right at the penalty area off the tee. Played a brilliant third shot after dropping out from that penalty area, but an indifferent wedge shot has now left him with this putt, Anthony, from the higher level of this 9th green.
Hey, you can see the contour here. First half of the putt is much higher than the second half where the hole is cut. So once he gets past the ridge that divides his putt in half, he's going to have to be careful with the speed, as we have seen players that have played this hole before him. That downhill putt in the second portion, it is fairly quick.
Well, Mazarin for his par at the 10th. Okay, that's a good 2-putt for Danny Mazarin. If you're wondering why the ball of Scott Hend is on the green at the 10th, his players up ahead were calling up the boys behind. Always good to see, helps to speed up play.
Well, it seems like Gavin, he is faced up and downs, hole after hole, and here he is at the par 5 9th. Another up and down par. Yeah, well done by Gavin Green. Makes the turn 3 over.
Yeah, still yet to record a birdie today for the 27-year-old. See if he can light something up on the back 9. And well, Wade Ormsby is this putt for a bogey. All 3 players in this group going to be making the turn with over par front 9s, and not many would have bet on this at the start of play today, Anthony.
Well, not at all, especially with these experienced players and playing the front 9 here, which measures only 3,110 yards. So a short 9 holes in today's professional standards.
Yeah, so it's a bogey 6 for Wade Ormsby. Goes out in 1 over par. Mark Singh from the cabbage right of the 9th. Oh, 10th, beg your pardon. Oh, let's judge the release beautifully there. Brian, Mark Singh. That close to a 2 at the 10th. It's going to be a birdie 3 that'll take Mark Singh back to level par. And there should be a birdie 4 for young Charanchai. Nicely done for Art. Makes the turn at 2 over. Nobody said it was going to be easy. Laguna Golf Phuket, as we mentioned at the top of the show, not the longest course out here, but it'll confuse and befuddle the best of them.
And Shiv Kapoor trying his best to not be confused by that lie.
Taboina on the 11th. Not the tallest player on the Asian Tour, but certainly generates plenty of club-head speed, although just straying off into the left rough here on the 11th. That was a wonderful tee shot from Scott Hend on this 310-yard par 4 10th. And Andy will have, well, a reasonable opportunity to find an eagle.
Yeah. And mind you, Scott Hend, he's 48 years old. He just carried that drive easily 290 and 295 yards into the wind.
He can certainly still move it, Scott Hend. 10 titles on the Asian Tour, former Order of Merit champion on the 2019 Maybank Championship at South Jana in a playoff, a dramatic playoff in the rain in Kuala Lumpur for that 10th title. He's got the uphill putt. Should just wiggle right at the end. This would be some way to get him back to level par. Oh, great roll, but it remains above ground for Scott Hend. It's a simple birdie. Hasn't made one since the first hole. Brian Marksing already tapped in for his birdie, so the 55-year-old tie is back at level par. Scott Hend, well, it's a simple birdie. The Australian 1 over so far this Thursday afternoon.
Well, Shiv Kapoor looking to make a birdie at the short par 4 using his putter. So Scott Hend basically make birdie with the driver. Pride make birdie with a wonderful pitch. Should be somewhat speedy because this is going to be wind aided.
How does it not move back to the right? Shiv mutters. So just a 4 after being short of the green with that tee shot. It's a great little drivable par 4, this one. And Wade Ormsby, well, looks like he's first to play and out with driver. Surely it should be young Charanchai first to hit.
Yeah, because the green is clear. Well, these next couple of holes, good chance to make a couple of birdies. Drivable par 4, maybe not for Wade Ormsby, because there is a wind, quite strong one, into them and off the right. But, it's a hole you completely blind, the green. You can't see it whatsoever. There's a lot of palm trees. He's got to pick a spot over one of the palm trees 100 yards in front of the tee and just blast it over that and hope you get a good lie if you don't hit the green. But anything short leaves you a good up and down opportunity.
Yes, as Dom mentioned, that's
right on the front edge of the green.
Yeah, that's a wonderful spot for Surit Young Charanchai. Has the entire length of the green to play with.
273 yards today to the front edge of the green. Pin's on 37, so it's 310 all the way to the pin. And once again, very undulating green and very narrow. And of course, like I just said, completely blind. It's taken this group 3 hours to play the front 9.
Gavin Green's got driver out. That almost feels like a bit too much club for big Gavin. Oh, but he's carried it in the perfect spot.
Oh, no, it's not.
That's a wonderful tee shot from Gavin Green. That's going to be for eagle. Don't expect Wade Ormsby to take that same line.
Well, he can take the same line and probably end up where Suradic's ball is, which is not a bad spot to be, or maybe even a little bit shorter than that. But a little bit left of Suradic's ball is the perfect line for Wade. Like I said, he and his caddy, they pick very specific targets, although he doesn't seem to be hitting his targets so far today. But these next two holes, like I said, good chance to walk off with a couple of birdies.